อ่ะสวัสดีนะครับทุกคนนะกลับมาพบกันอีกรอบหนึ่งนะครับหลังจากที่โอ้ห่างหายไปนานเลยนะครับนะกลับมาอีกทีก็มาเจอกันรอบ8 ทีมสุดท้ายแล้วนะครับนะผมเองไม่ได้ไลฟ์มานานนะครับผมสวัสดีทุกคนเลยนะครับนะเอ่อวันนี้จะมาไลฟ์ฟุตบอลนะครับฝรั่งเศสนะครับนะมาเชียร์สดนะฝรั่งเศสพบกับโมร็อกโกนั่นเองนะครับนะรอบ8 ทีมสุดท้ายนะฮะนะก็คู่นี้จะเตะกัน เวลา5 ทุ่มนะครับที่ประเทศอียิปต์นะที่ผมอยู่นะก็ตอนนี้รายชื่อก็ออกมากันแล้วนะก็จะเป็นฝั่งฝรั่งเศสนะครับก็จะมีไมค์เมยองนะครับผู้รักษาประตูแล้วก็มีลูคัสดีนนะฮะมีซาลิบานะแล้วก็อูบามิกาโนนะครับกุนเด้นะราบิโอสแล้วก็มีมานูโกเน่นะครับแล้วก็มีดูเอนะโอลิเซ่เดมเบเล่แล้วก็เอ็มบัปเป้นั่นเองนะครับผมนะ ส่วนของโมร็อกโกนะครับวันนี้มาผู้สับสนุนเป็นยาซินโบโนนะครับแล้วก็มีอัสรอฟฮากิมีนะแล้วก็อิซาเดียดิฟนั่นเองนะครับแล้วก็มัสรอวีนะซาลาฮุดดีนนั่นเองนะฮะแล้วก็ตัลบีแล้วก็เอาไอนาอินาอุยนะฮะแล้วก็อายุบบูอัดดีแล้วก็อูนาฮีแล้วก็บิลาลอัลคันนูสนั่นเองนะฮะแล้วก็เป็นบราฮิมดิอาสนะก็เหลือประมาณ7 นาทีนะครับนะบอลจะเตะแล้วนะฮะสักครู่หนึ่งนะคนลิงก์ก็ยังไม่เปิดนะโอ้ไม่ได้ไลฟ์หลายวันเลยเหมือนกันนะครับเนาะโอ้มาหลายทีหนึ่งก็เกรงๆหน่อยนะอ่าบานฮาปุเก้ขึ้นไลฟ์อยู่ไม่ใช่เหรอขึ้นไลฟ์อยู่ปะสวัสดีนะครับสวัสดีนะฮะเจอกันปีละครั้งนะใช่ปะอันนี้เราจะไลฟ์ปีละครั้งนะอีก3 นาทีสักครู่นะสักครู่นะ ปิดไฟอีกดวงหนึ่งไลฟ์เรื่องอะไรเนี่ยขึ้นมาร้องเพลงเหรอเมื่อกี้ขึ้นมาร้องเพลงเหรอไม่ได้เข้าไปมันแต่เห็นเลยแหละคู่นี้นะครับนะถ้าใครชนะก็จะเข้าไปรอบ4ทีมสุดท้ายนะจะรอไปเจอกับสเปนกับเบลเยียมนะฮะใครจะรู้ความจริงแล้วนะครับว่าบอลโลกปีนี้ ใครจะได้เป็นแชมป์นะฮะมายังโอ้ยเสียงดังไปโอ้สัญญาณมาแล้วนะครับ เสียงไปไหน
few days and all the talk about officiating. So the hope is that these players on the field can be the lead story today.
A number of players on both sides familiar and part of that match 4 years ago. Mike Magnon takes his place in the nets once again on the right-hand side. Joe Koundé and Upamecano play every match for France to this point, both of their 6th starts. In the midfield, Michael Olise, so much talk about him. He sits on a yellow card. If he was to pick up another, he would miss a potential semi-final. Dembele on the right, but the change coming in is Doué on the left.
มาทุกคนเกมกำลังจะเริ่มขึ้นแล้วนะครับนะระหว่างโมร็อกโกกับฝรั่งเศสนะฮะ
In Hakimi, the right back for Morocco. A couple of changes for them. Saibari, not fit, not healthy. What would Mohamed Wabi do? Well, the answer is Talbi into the lineup.
วันนี้เชียร์โมร็อกโกนะตอนแรกก็เชียร์ฝรั่งเศสนะ เชียร์คืนต่อคืนไปนะฮะนะคืนนี้เชียร์โมร็อกโกนะครับให้เข้ารอบ4ทีมสุดท้ายนะฮะนะนี่โชว์กดอ่ะ
the other in 1958.
Didier Deschamps, as he told Jenny Taft the other day, has lived half of his life with the French national team between player and coach. Almost 300 games in total. Today could be his last if they lose. Mohamed Wabi was in the fall, winning the Under-20 World Cup with Morocco, including a semi-final win over France in that tournament. This is just his 11th game at the senior national team level as head coach.
ก็มีเสียงเพลงมาแทรกเหมือนกันนะไม่แน่ใจว่าจะโดนลิขสิทธิ์หรือเปล่าต้องดูหลังจากที่ลงไลน์แล้ว ไม่นะไม่นะเน็ตไม่นะโอ้ยเติมอย่างวะเนี่ยเกมเริ่มแล้วครับกดเวลาช้านิดนึงนะดีเลย์ไปเยอะเลยเมื่อกี้มันกระตุกนิดนึงครับ
They could win ugly as well. The 1-0 victory over Paraguay to get them to a fourth consecutive quarterfinal against a very familiar opponent, Morocco. Not just familiar because they were the opponent of the semifinal last World Cup, but because of the number of French-born players on the field and on the bench for this Moroccan team. Morocco have made history by reaching
น่าจะโอเคแล้วมั้งอูบามิกาโน่ครับเตะทิ้งไปจับไม้พากวะ
How do we expect this game to look here today?
Well, the first decision was going to be tactically. What did it look like for Morocco? It actually looks like El Khanous is playing as the striker. Talbi has gone out to the left. Brahim Diaz stays on this right side. So clearly Morocco liked the combination
อยากให้พอมาโมร็อกโกยิงก่อนอ่ะ
The two of them work really well because he tucks inside. For the French team, look, they're going to get more pressure than they've seen throughout this tournament so far. Morocco like to high press. They like to play with the ball. I expect this game to have swings of momentum both ways. But for Morocco, it's going to be, can they match this French team?
ซาลิบาให้กลับมาทางด้านซ้ายครับไม่ได้ส่งคืนกลับหลังมาซาลิบาโอบามิกาโน่ครับโอมิกาโน่ฝากมาที่โปลิเซ่โดนฉกไปครับมาที่เบอร์10นะเบอร์10ใครวะฮากิมิครับส่งคืนกลับหลังมาก่อนกลับมาที่ดิวที่โบโนยาซินเสียบอลให้กับฝรั่งเศสครับมันกระตุกนิดนึงนะสัญญาณไม่ค่อยดีมันติลูกาดีนจ่ายมาก็เสียให้กับโมร็อกโกส่งคืนกับหลังมาที่ยาซีนใหม่
And really, we talked about this so much throughout the pregame. This left side for France. The matchup between Desiree Doué, club teammate, and PSG with Hakimi. That is the strength for the Moroccan team is Hakimi's ability to get into the attack. Interested in
เดี๋ยวเอ็มบัปเป้เป้เปล่าเป้ออกขวามาครับเดมเบเล่แทงเข้ามาก็สกัดไปได้ม้าใหม่โอลิเซ่ส่งคืนกลับมาซาลิบาครับลูกาดีน กาดีนให้ฝากมาที่ดูเอหรือเปล่าโยกดูเอให้กับเอ็มบัปเป้ยิงลูกนี้แต่ปัดหรือเปล่าครับกลับเอาไงโอ้น่าเสียดายอะเมื่อกี้เสียนะโอ้แล้วโมร็อกโกจะสวนต้องจับไม้แล้วนะ
Takes the French just 4 minutes to put him to work.
What a chance, by the way, and what a save from close proximity. I think Upamecano was 3 yards away from him. But as you'll see when this ball comes in, his momentum's taking him away from goal, so he can't generate the power. And he's already jumped now, so he's just trying to redirect it on goal. He's doing the right thing
มี
by
โอ
trying
กาส
to get it
ลุ้น
into
ประ
the
ตู
ground.
แรกนะครับฝรั่งเศสนะมาใหม่ครับมาที่เอ็มบัปเป้เลี้ยงจี้มาก็พื้นที่ไม่พอครับต้องเพิ่มสนามนิดนึง
But what Bono did really well in that moment was he didn't overcommit. He's not trying to guess or anticipate too much. But look, he stands tall to the very last minute and reacts. He's actually starting to lean to his left, thinking, potentially anticipating it's going to go to that near post. Big time save. But here's the question for Morocco. Can they have spells with the ball? We talk so much about the French going to feel a bit of pressure from this Moroccan team, and they're going to get tested at the back as well, Didier Deschamps' team. But this will be the most they have felt, certainly throughout this tournament. France really putting the pressure on early, high pressing up the field, forcing some long balls, not allowing Morocco to play through them. They're going to eat that up all day at the back.
And yet Morocco off to a better start in this game than the semifinal 4 years ago. They were already down a goal at this point. It's part of why they had such a huge share of the possession in that semifinal 4 years ago as the French were up early. Happy to just sit back. Achraf Hakimi, and he's got friends and teammates, current and former, out there on France, plays for PSG. Setting his own record, 16th World Cup appearance for him, more than any Moroccan player in history. Pass was steered inside. Alanao was first to recover it. Another French-born player. They got 3 in total on the field. Alanao in the middle. Boadi as well. Issa Diop at the back. All born and raised in France. Choosing to play for Morocco instead. Diop, for that matter, on the ball. He said in an interview 8 years ago he would never play for anyone but France. As he said in the interview to a French outlet, even if I'm never called up by the senior team, I will never play for anyone else. He had been a teammate of Kylian Mbappe's, winning an under-19 European Championship. But the French never called, and 8 years later, Morocco and Senegal, where each of his parents are from, they were calling. And now here's Issa Diop on the field at this World Cup.
Prolonged style of possession here for Morocco to get the type of look that they want, which is now building with 3 center backs essentially, and Hakimi high and wide on the right where they want him, which allows then Brahim Diaz to come underneath and find some space. But France staying very compact centrally, not allowing those penetrating balls to find him.
Biggest challenge right now for Morocco is that balloon on the field. Two-way on the outside.
สวัสดีนะครับสวัสดีทุกคนนะครับที่เพิ่งเข้ามาใหม่2ท่านนะฮะ ตอนนี้ดูบอลอยู่นะไม่ได้มาคุยเล่นอะไรนะฮะมันดูบอลอยู่นะบอลฝรั่งเศสกับโมร็อกโกนะครับผม วันนี้เกมก็สูสีอยู่นะไม่ได้ว่าโมร็อกโกเป็นรองนะครับบอลยังอยู่ที่โมร็อกโกตรงกลางออกมาขวาครับดิวที่ใครบราฮิมดิอาสแทงมาให้กับทางด้านฮากิมิก็แรงไปแล้วครับมาใหม่ครับฝรั่งเศสจะสวนบ้างครับอูปามิกาโนมาที่เดมเบเล่แทงมาตรงกลางก็เสียไปแล้วโอลิเซ่ตัดบอลมาได้แล้วก็ฝรั่งเศสมาที่ดูเอยิงก็ติดครับใหม่ซาลิบากาดีนตรงกลางของโมร็อกโกก็เล่นดีนะฮะนะบูอัดดี้อัดดี้บอลอยู่ที่อุนาฮิฮะกลับมาฮากิมิส่งคืนกับหลังมาใหม่ที่ดิวกลับมาที่ยาซีนใครชนะคู่นี้ก็รอระหว่างสเปนกับอะไรนะเบลเยียมนะฮะคู่นี้นะ
with his teammates. Here he is again on the ball now.
Đã masa dia dah tak lagi dah. Dah. Đâu. เห็นมีประเด็นเหมือนกันนะฮะบอลโลกปีนี้นะระหว่างคู่อียิปต์นะ อียิปต์กับอาร์เจนตินานะครับผม
Olise, tournament leader in assists, one ahead of Brahim Diaz. Olise just trying to draw in Salah-Eddin. Kunde for Upamecano had the best chance of the game so far. And Diaz able to intercept that pass. Now can Morocco go on the counter? Brahim Diaz carrying forward. France are backing off. Diaz all on his own right.
ดิอาสจะสวนขึ้นมาโดนโอลิเซ่ตัดมาได้ฮะ
Diaz is down behind the play.
บอลมาใหม่ฝรั่งเศสจะสวนขึ้นมาแทงมาที่เอ็มบัปเป้ว่าไงเป้โยกหลอกมา 1-2 แล้วส่งคืนกับหลังมาไม่ตรงบอลยังได้อยู่ครับซาลิบาออกมาทางขวาใครโอลิเซ่เหรอให้มาที่คอนเด้เหรอนี่ไงโอลิเซ่ให้มาที่เอ็มบัปเป้ดูเอดีนนี่ว้าวดีนยอดมาลูกนี่ก็สกัดไปได้แล้วโค้งได้หลุดได้เดี๋ยว
in those moments able to close the defense and then really not dive in and open up the gaps too much, but that pressure is building and building from this French attack.
The French have a free kick Position on the edge of the attacking part of the field as Elise goes down. There was that one earlier with Brahim Diaz that wasn't called.
And he's having to do a lot when he's in possession, Brahim Diaz, where he's running with the ball. He's got 2 or 3 guys around him. He can slip out of one challenge. And then the problem is, here comes the second, here comes the third. It's where you're really feeling the miss of Saibari in a game like this.
Dembele, the fake. Elise sends it in. Mazraoui heads it out. Able to find Mbappe. Poked away, second chance, jumped there first. Tommy just had nowhere to go, so he retreats to Bono. And now he's under some pressure.
All under control. So that's the thing.
How they drew it up.
Yeah, Tommy, he looks up, and there's nobody forward in the field. Canoes has to keep that depth to the team. I know he wants to come in, and he's been playing wide left. It's not natural to him, but he needs to continue to stretch the field and be an outlet for Morocco to continue to keep this French defense honest. Nice combination here.
Advantage being played. Diaz coming forward. Lost the handle on that. Will the referee bring it back for a free kick? He will. That was Unagi who went down. And no advantage came from it.
Yep. Dinya catching Unahi as that ball was gone. So Morocco going to use this not only to get a couple fluids on board on this near sideline, but set up a set piece. I'm interested. He said Diop come up. It looks like they will bring everybody up for this.
He will walk away. It'll be Hakimi to take it. He has 2 assists at this tournament. There's just about everybody up for Morocco. Everyone back for France. Hakimi. And I'm going to defer to you what his intention was there.
I think he was attempting to shoot that, actually. Maybe trying to catch Magnon off his line. Maybe a little Ronaldinho versus England.
You have to save those for Saturday. Poor David Seaman. Legendary goalkeeping career, and he gets so many times remembered for the worst moment.
But
now a chance for Morocco to press a little bit higher. Chance for Morocco to put a little bit of pressure on the French. It was a great touch in there by Elise to nutmeg El Ainaoui and release it to the near side. Mbappe now just glides, poked away. I mean, you pointed out when he was right next to us warming up pregame. He's a bigger dude than you give him credit for.
Well, when he opens up that stride and that momentum and that power, more importantly, that he has, he's so difficult to defend. He thinks and felt that, no, it actually came off his heel in the end, so that's the right decision. But he's buzzing around early. He looks like he means business in this game, as he has all tournament long. But the challenge for Morocco and what I'm seeing from Mbappe is he's running you behind, and then the next play, he pops up underneath. So you really have to have faith in your defensive structure and everybody's responsibilities, because if you start to follow him, that's when the space opens up for other players. But he's finding a little bit of space and gets turned and has such a quick release with the shot as well.
Mbappe 1 behind Messi at this tournament for goals, 2 behind Messi for the all-time record, but no player in history has scored more goals in games like these, World Cup knockout games, than Kylian Mbappe. Elise driving in. Still Elise. Now Mbappe. Out to Desiree Doué. Hakimi to meet him. Doué hooks the cross in. Back post header. Wide. And Bono seemed much more comfortable than any of the French fans that was going to be looping wide.
Well, Elise came inside and attracted the entire defense. So now you can see the Moroccan defense really trying to get their shape back. Dembele had drifted in at the far side. Comes back to get the cross because it was a little under hit. And he's trying to redirect it to get the power on it to the far post. Doesn't test Bono's goal.
4th shot for France, still none for Morocco.
But that's a concern for Morocco defensively, especially when that many numbers for France are in the box.
The 7th all-time meeting between these nations, the first time they've played since that semi-final in Qatar. Morocco have never won. 4 losses and 2 draws. That's a handball and a free kick for France. Dembele, reigning World Player of the Year. His shot is blocked. Part of the embarrassment of riches the French have, certainly in the attacking part of the field. And that was something Didier Deschamps told Jenny Taff yesterday. He said, I find it harder actually to coach players who are better than they think they are. These guys know that they're good, but they also understand, Deschamps told Jenny, that they're part of a collective, and the collective strength is more powerful than the individual strength. Here's Dembele again. Trying to thread that one through. Koundé cutting it back off Mazraoui out for a French corner. France created their best chance of the game off of their first corner, the Upamecano header that was saved at close range by Bono. Just about 4 minutes in. Elise takes it short. Dembele clips it into the box. Rabiot will put it over. As we said, Deschamps, this could be his final game in charge as Bono's under immediate pressure. We know he's leaving the French job at the end of this tournament. He's hoping he's got 2 more games to come as France win the ball back high up the field. Two-way dancing on it.
Actually seeing bottom left of your screen, just off screen, Hakimi talking to Bono about some of the build-out. Morocco really struggling to possess the ball, trying to play through the French pressure. They just can't right now, and it's resulting in the French starting to squeeze them in their own half.
Elise, it's too much on the far side. Koundé couldn't keep it in play.
Nothing come of it yet, but even right now, continuing that conversation with Bono. So I wonder if at a point they're just going to push up and try to play direct. It looks like that's actually what they're going to do here. Off this goal kick. So that tells you, look, we're tired of being under pressure. We don't want to give the ball away. We don't want to play into your strengths. So let's try and bring this ball further up. Maybe it results in a throw-in, but it's going to go straight out of bounds. So it does result in a throw-in for the French one, but at least they don't have the ball 20 yards from their goal.
I mean, is that a sign of resignation from Morocco, or is that intelligent of them?
A bit of both. I think it's, look, you've got to feel the game. You know when you're playing France, you're going to be under pressure for long stretches. And if you can, look, so here's the perfect example. They went out for a French throw, but now the French have turned it over. Morocco have possession with a throw-in. So they've survived a 5 to 10 minute period where they were under pressure, and now maybe have the chance to have some of the ball at least take off that pressure directly in front of their goal, but they've turned the ball over again.
And now Elise quickly for Mbappe and gets it back, and the French in some transition. Dembele, Saladin jumped the passing lane, couldn't get there. Dembele had to get it wide. And then Saladin getting a start because of the injuries at the back, wins the tackle in the end. Well, Canals, he's got Talbi running up the far side. Upamecano running with him. Seen Talbi played it in. There's no one anywhere near it in a red shirt. And now the game is a bit stretched. Next stoppage of play should be the hydration break. Mbappe, can he get it away? No. Takes the tackle from Hakimi. Mbappe's down in pain. Referee says no foul. Mbappe back to his feet as it comes in for Hakimi. Couldn't get through. In for Brahim Diaz. Diaz will cross it in, back post. No one there in a red shirt. France able to play through at least
บอลคู่
momentarily
นี้
play
ก็
through
ไม่
the
ได้
pressure.
รับอะไร
That was
มาก
not
มาย
going to
นะ
be a
ต่าง
foul.
ทีม
Doué just stopped. He thought he was fouled.
ก็อะไรหน่อย
He is back in now.
โอเค
Zunahi won the ball.
เชียร์ทีมไหนนี่ยอมให้กับบัวอาตีเข้ามาในกรอบโทษแล้วเกี่ยวมาได้ฮาคิมิได้บอลอยู่บนปั๊มแล้วเสียบอลโอลิเซ่ไม่ใช่เอ็มบัปเป้โดนเสียบแล้วผู้ตัดสินชี้จุดโทษเลยฮะทั้งที่ไม่ หรือเปล่าเดี๋ยวต้องมาดูจังหวะฮากิมิก่อนนะครับก่อนที่ให้จุดโทษคิดถึงอียิปต์นะอียิปต์ต้องไปย้อนดูจังหวะแรกก่อนครับเพราะว่าบอลมันเชื่อมกันไงนี่ไงซาวีก็สไลด์กันแบบทุเรศนะ
tries to go to ground. I don't know why in the box you make that challenge.
Trust your goalkeeper.
Give him a chance. Instead, when you go to ground like that, Mbappe touches the ball with that little extra touch, draws in the foul. Absolutely a penalty. And a chance for Kylian Mbappe once again from the spot.
Mbappe scored a penalty in the last round in Philadelphia. Went to the bottom right-hand side. Yassine Bono, the goalkeeper, he's known for his heroics in penalty shootouts. It may not be relevant, the fact that he's never stopped one in a game.
Well, it looked like a clear foul to me, certainly from Mazraoui, but... And if we're thinking about the one on Doué, that did not look like a foul on Hakimi.
Mastrano of Argentina is just wanting an extra minute to take a look at this as Facundo Teo, the on-field referee, sets the players.
Kylian Mbappe. ว่าอย่าซีนจะเซฟได้หรือเปล่านะ
in 19 games played in his World Cup career. Trying to make it a clean 20 for 20. And give the French the lead here in the rematch of the semi-final from 4 years ago.
การเจนติน่าหรือเปล่าเนี่ย
We're still going to wait for the video assistant referee to have all the time he needs to take a look at it.
ไปมาเป้มันก็ตะคันเองก็
So Mbappe is going to come forward and restart his sequence.
Yeah, you don't want to be standing there as part of your sequencing as a striker where and look, now Bono comes up. This is all part of the mind games. But this seems like a very long time for this.
Check is complete. Correct decision to award the penalty. Now what can Kylian Mbappe do with it? And he's going to reset the ball again. The referee didn't like the placement of the ball. Here we go. Mbappe against Yassine Bono.
Mbappe ครับยิงลูกนี้ยาซีนเซฟได้ฮะโอ้แล้วยิงเบาด้วยไม่ได้แรงมากยังไม่นำครับฝรั่งเศสเกมยังเสมออยู่ฮะ0-0นะยังไม่พักด้วยครับคู่นี้มาใหม่ที่ใครวะคนเน่มาที่ดีนครับเอ็มบัปเป้ให้มาที่ดูเอเหรอ
And it's going to be cleared out by a sliding Boadi.
And look at Mbappe
มันมี
again.
อะไร
He's
กั
going
น
to go
อะ
and speak to the referee
มัน
right
จะ
now
เคลียร์จุด
about
โทษ
this,
เมื่อกี้
this
เหรอ
whole process, which clearly he's frustrated with the amount. And even as that whistle, Brent, it cued him straight away on the penalty that ends up being missed.
This hydration break is powered by Powerade. Yassine Bono, goalkeeper for Morocco, with the two biggest moments so far here in this World Cup quarterfinal in
เขา
the
บ่นอะไรอะ
heat in Foxborough.
Can AI be trusted?
Who's going to hit the brakes if we need to?
How do we really ensure that what we're aiming to achieve really does benefit the majority of people?
If it ends up taking like almost all the jobs, then what does it mean to work?
Well, wait a minute. Why do we have to have this stuff? If a machine can pretend to care better than I can actually care, well, how do we draw the line there?
If we all had a voice in it, then I feel like it would be better. Could AI help people stop feeling misunderstood?
Could AI help me build more connections in the community?
Can AI help me be a better teacher, a better mom?
Maybe it'll cure some great things, you know?
Namaste โฆษณาเหรอ เดี๋ยวก่อนนิตโตโรเดี๋ยวตัวอะไรวะ
And Mbappe reset himself a number.
มูลานะมูลาดานะ
As Paraguay found out eventually, here's Dembele.
อืม
Getting it back, Ousmane Dembele puts it wide.
โอ้ย
Eighth
พี่ขอบคุณ
shot
มาก
of
ค
the
รับขอบคุณ
game
มากครับ
for France in 32 minutes.
Look at the chop there with the right.
ค่า
Gets
กา
two
แฟเหรอ
defenders going. Comes back to the left. Starts it out too far outside the post with the left. And once again, Morocco have almost abandoned the playing out of the back for
ลงแล้ว
just
ใช่ไหมหรือ
the
ว่า
time
ไลฟ์อยู่
being, which to me is a very mature and game recognition of what the game is giving to you at the moment, and play your way
วันนี้
into
มา
it.
แนว
Maybe
ดู
it'll
บอล
open
ดี
up
กว่านะมาแน
a
ว
little
ดู
bit
บอล
more in
ไม่
the
ได้
second half, but
ภาคอะไร
being
มาก
slightly more risk averse. It becomes, here's Due, look at that.
Almost left the ball behind him and then gets bumped off it.
But I think Morocco need a spell on the ball to show themselves again and show that they're a threat with possession. It
ไม่เข้า
just,
ใจกัน
the
เอง
game
อะ
connection is gone for them right now. And France are the team that are
Yes.
buzzing around on the ball. Here, look at Elise.
Elise and Jupp just held his ground there. I guess that's the next part of the question. They've only forced 2 saves out of Yassine Bono, one of them from the penalty. Is this a bad situation for Morocco to be in?
No. You haven't conceded. You still have threatened at times getting forward, and they could be more efficient with the ball. But these stretches, as I said out at the beginning, are very important in games against France. You know, with their quality, they will get opportunities. It's can you withstand that and play your way into the game like they've just done here. It's a very good sequence. Really important to use the ball in moments to almost rest, but then also make this French team work a little bit to try to press and win the ball back.
Tomorrow on Fox, the quarterfinals continue. Spain taking on Belgium in Los Angeles. Coverage starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, live on Fox. Winner of that game will face the winner of this game Tuesday afternoon in Dallas in the first of the semifinals at this tournament. Belgium riding high after their big win over the United States. Spain, the European champions, trying to do what Spain did back in 2010, which is win the World Cup as European champions. Does not happen nearly as often as you might think. Great touch by Boadi to get away from Nahi. He's got Brahim Diaz right in the middle. And maybe just didn't quite pick the right lane for that pass. Jump is there in front of Rabiot to win it back, though, from Morocco. Saladin almost got his pocket picked by Dembele. And then it's taken away by Doué. Boy, the teenager lost it. Doué running in. Desiree Doué saved Bono. Third stop of the game. Out for a corner.
First mistake of the game from the 18-year-old. Had the pass, opted to try to take an extra touch right here. To play the ball wide, opt to try to cut it back. It's pocket picked, and Doué down to the right of Bono. The experience of Bono again with a huge save. And Doué, really positive, slashing run, just didn't have enough power on the finish. Otherwise, it finds the corner. So Morocco still keeping the French scoreless. Those are key moments. Can't turn possession over like that when you're in that offensive set and you've got your fullbacks high and wide, because it leaves you exposed defensively.
It is certainly true that against Senegal and against Paraguay, it took France a long time to get the first goal, but they were not creating nearly as many chances in that intro. That's a huge collision in the middle. Referee says play on. It is interesting that our referee Facundo Teo of Argentina, very experienced, he seems very focused on the placement of the ball on set pieces, and he seems much more willing to just let contact go. Sort of what he's choosing to keep a sharp eye on.
Right now, Morocco's right back is taking up a position as a center forward, which is interesting. Is, you know, when they have possession like this, he's trying to find ways to get on the ball. It speaks though more to me of them just not having a threat in behind right now. Nobody, actually Talby's making the first run I've seen that tries to open up the space. And what a run like that does, it forces France's back line just to drop a touch, and that can open up the space in front of them and behind the midfield, which is where Morocco are so dangerous when Brahim Diaz can get on the ball. Those are the spaces we just have not seen Morocco in this game so far.
Morocco playing without the injured Ismail Sarr, who made history by scoring in all three games in the group stage. That was almost a giveaway by El Anawi there, and it's actually going to end up as a foul as Kone stepped in. They're also without Shadi Riyad, the center back, so two key starters for them, to say nothing of the players, multiple starters they lost to injury before the tournament even began.
That was the run of Doué, and he had an option to his left, so that meant that Diop had to stay wide and give that an honest job, and Doué just busts through the gap, hits the shot. Another big save from Bono, who has been the difference so far. Saved the penalty, a couple of really big saves, keeping the French at bay.
Olise able to keep it in tight traffic there, able to win it back as Morocco had it for a moment. Dembele couldn't get it out from underneath his feet. It's cut back for Diaz. He's trying to keep it on Saliba. He's knocked down, and then he handled the ball. So it's either going to be a free kick for a foul or for a handball. It is Morocco's. A bit of a hesitation again there from the referee. see what France have done in recent
last FIFA World Cup champion
World Cups. They've twice lost finals in penalties. They've twice failed to qualify in recent decades. They've twice failed to get out of the group stage. What it means, France have only actually been beaten in a knockout stage game once in the last 40 years. That was by Germany in the quarterfinal in 2014. Because a penalty shootout loss counts as a tie. They don't always get to this spot, the French, but once they do, they're awful hard to dislodge. Brahim Diaz now from Munahi. Tabi to the outside. Diaz, Chemsy Tabi to the byline. Tabi cutting it back, took a deflection there. That was Jules Koundé sliding in to block it. Saladin runs forward, heads it along, and Tabi is offside. He's limping a bit anyway. It's out for a goal kick.
But that was the best stretch of possession and attacking quality that we have seen from Morocco all game. And I think it just speaks to that we're creeping towards the end of the first half here. And the spaces are opening up a little bit. They're taking better touches under pressure. Technically, they're so comfortable spreading the field out and then getting the look that they wanted on the far side with Tabi attacking the goal. Just didn't quite get the cross and the runs into the box that they were looking for. But that would be an encouraging spell there for Morocco.
5 minutes to go in the half here in Foxborough. A very warm day in Massachusetts. The first sign of shade creeping its way across the near sideline. Kone, Mbappe, Olise, Saladin knocked it away. Coming up, the Bank of America halftime show on Fox. Rebecca and company here in the stadium in Foxborough. Great to have them on the road with us once again. They were in Seattle. They were in the stadium in LA for opening night for the United States. The final 10 days of this World Cup. Hard to believe. And for the first time all day, a cloud is going to block the sun.
And you with the biggest celebration right now.
I am beyond thrilled, as is all of our electrical equipment, by the way, which is about 200 degrees.
And the crowd, you hear the big cheer from them. Everybody happy for a little reprieve from the sunshine.
Tabi. Nothing else with Upamecano right on top of. That's going to be a free kick from Morocco.
Shakiro นะฮะ Shakiro
It's in play right now. Brahim Diaz had a chance to run through, and Jules Koundé knocked it
ส
away.
วยเหมือนเดิมนะฮะ
World Feed Director seemed unaware that ball was in play for a while there. And then Rabiot was fouled by Unahi.
And I think Morocco will be encouraged, could they, and their fans as well, if they can get into this half at 0-0. They'll feel that they really came into the game a little bit more as the half went on. But they've withstood the first wave of the French attack and then the second wave, but they've saved the penalty as Dembele might get to this. But the problem with playing France is you've got to withstand 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it will keep coming. They've got options off the bench that they can hit you with in the second half. And this is a Moroccan team, as we said. They're without some key players. They're a little banged up. They went to extra time and penalties against the Netherlands.
โอกาสประตู
But
10
they
ครั้ง
certainly
นะฮะ
have the spirit.
ของ
They
ฝรั่ง
have
เศ
the
สนะ
quality, and they're very much in this game as much as France have been more of the
โอ้โห
aggressor.
โมเมนตัมเลย
And it was a slow burn for them against the Canadians Saturday in Houston. Scoreless at the
กราฟ
half.
แทบ
It was
ไม่
only
มีเลย
1-0
ฮะ
until 10 minutes to go, and they were able to get 2 late ones.
But you do have to get to the half at 0-0. That is absolutely paramount.
You imagine we'll have quite a bit of stoppage time because of that lengthy check by the video assistant referee. Mazraoui's penalty foul against Mbappe that ended up being saved. It was a great flick there by Doué, and Mbappe wasn't quite prepared for it. Brahim Diaz, as you said, just has nothing in front of him. It's only sideways and backwards as he tries to play positive. Kone now. Great work to get away from 3 Moroccan players.
So good.
Mbappe just keeps it moving for Upamecano. Dembele had a run up the middle there. He's going to come sideways instead. It was Jules Koundé who's going to stay forward now as an extra body up front for France. Koundé's going to chase. No, he's not going to chase it down. He was in chase from Upamecano. What's Didier Deschamps thinking of all this right now, you think?
I think he'll be satisfied with the first half. Look, they had a penalty that was saved. Had a couple of really good opportunities that were saved by Bono. His team are in control. He's always been aware of the threat of Morocco. But one of the things he did say in the lead up to this match is we need to be efficient with our chances. We respect Morocco. We know it's going to be a tough match. We know the quality they have. We also know the opportunities we can create with our quality. Antoine Griezmann.
Of Orlando City in MLS right now, of course. Who incidentally,
French legend.
All 4 goals France scored in each of the last 2 World Cup quarterfinals were him, either assisting or scoring. He was a big game player for them in the knockout stages at each of the last 2 World Cups. And it'll be fun to see him playing here in the United States come the resumption of MLS next week. We will have 5 added minutes. At the end of this first half, the hydration break and the lengthy check before the penalty. Mbappe trying to run through on that one. Bono there to clear the edge of his box. France out shooting Morocco 10-0. 3 saves made by Yassine Bono in this first half. Doué hunts the ball back from El Kanaus. Olise was able to get through on Brahim Diaz. Here's Ousmane Dembele now. Dembele just toying with Salah Eddin, gonna hook it along now for Doué, who lays it down for Rabiot. Doué able to chase it down. Last man back is Saliba. Kone, his shot blocked. Always gonna feel that one in a moment. Dembele keeps it in play. Dembele running in the middle, nutmegs the pass through. Olise couldn't turn cleanly. Olise's shot closed down by Mazraoui. Lucadinho holds it in. He'll let it go. Flips off the top of the ball. Did not take a touch off Bono.
บอลเหมือนจะออกนะแต่เป็นไม้ร่วง
But Diaz says, okay, I'm striking this. And what is striking is, look at the movement. Oh, he got a touch on it. He had fingers on that ball. And look at that ball swerving. And it's almost like even just the trajectory catches Bono a little bit by surprise. It's so difficult to predict. He had to get a hand up to that, smashes into the crossbar. And that would have been the least likeliest goal scorer on the field.
One of the least likely players on this French squad. He was last at a World Cup in 2014. Was among the last players cut at each of the last 2 World Cups. And 2 years he was away from the French team until the fall of 2024.
ร็อกโกยังไม่มีโอกาสทำประตูสักลูกเลยนะ
Going close on
เปอร์
that
เซ็นต์
one.
ของบอล 52/42 นะ
There, the first pull by Doué, pulling Hakimi down, who gets his body in front and tries.
โชดเปล่า เฮ้ย
Quick header up.
Putar kaan lah macam ni. Dekat dia ke dekat leg kita. Nampak leg kuda hijau.
Go in the half. For Hakimi. Yards away or more from goal. Diaz.
อ้าว
It's a free kick from Morocco just outside the corner of the
ฟรี
box.
คิกของล็อกโกครับ
Yeah, just outside as the ball was coming in from Brahim Diaz. You see Rabiot's right hand. And did it take a deflection off his body before? It looked like it came off his shoulder, but that hand is out in an unnatural position there. Wow, what an opportunity this is going to be. Hakimi typically takes the set pieces, but I've got to think with the right foot, this suits a left footer. This is Brahim Diaz all over it. And it's the type of area where you want to be hitting this towards the goal. France setting a very deep defensive line right now. I'm interested if they push that up to give Magnan a little bit more space, or do they have bodies on top of Magnan and he's just going to try to hit this through traffic towards the far post. Really interesting opportunity here for Morocco.
In the 50th and final minute of the first half. It's Hakimi who's trying to pick out the near post, but put it well wide in the end. And that's the first shot of the entire game for Morocco.
Yeah, he's trying to either make France think that he's going to pull back away, and Diaz hits it with the left. That's why the angle is really hard for a right-footed player there, because you have to get your body and your hips around the ball.
เวลาครึ่งแรกครับก็ยังเสมออยู่นะ
Still very much to play for here.
Kylian Mbappe the best chance. The penalty save. Still nothing decided in the first of a World Cup quarterfinals. 45 minutes down. 45 to go here in Foxborough. No score between France and Morocco.
เดี๋ยวพักแป๊บนึงนะพักแป๊บนึงนะ Ini sikit ada ke? Weh, jatuh kita ni. Oh, ingat. Jolo kau pakai.
Banyak dah puitek tu dah.
Angkat tali tangi. Ada apa suara? Oh. Ingat pibeng ah. Tu bekal tu.
Gambar dolar memang kita iya dah. Tengok kau
Bebe.
Itu naik 4 miliar.
Naik ini dia. Apa ini? Naik mula lah. Now. Này chứ bị.
Apa aja ubek ada.
Ubek dah.
Dah bị tak dah bị.
Sarungwa ubek dah.
Oh, ubek.
Tahu lah ikut suruh.
Sarungwa sampak.
Ni tak thay ke hak minggu pel.
Nampak ubek dah. Nampak makna ubek alhamdulillah nampak.
Lek iya. Jahat.
Ya, kita akan melihat langsung seperti apa yang akan dilakukan oleh kedua tim Prancis dan juga Maroko memasuki pertandingan di babak yang kedua.
Bangladesh jauh dari. Satu 40 tu 45 miliar kata.
Ya.
Kalau apa dah sampai mutak besar. Masya.
Sementara situasinya agak berbeda, Maroko tim topnya agak sedikit lebih lama nih untuk masuk ke babak yang kedua. Sepertinya ada banyak hal yang harus dibahas sebelum babak kedua nanti.
Betul Pak ya.
Entahlah tu.
Oh ada ni.
Tengok nak pak cuma masa bola masuk ya pak masa Malay ke masa Inggeris.
Pengetahuan tang apa tu apa segala bola naik pun dia kan apa
Naik tak boleh.
Crossbar and Mbappe missed the penalty. So intensity or not, just superiority. Things are going well. He's had a really good tournament and another really good half.
What a good first half. Yassine Bono, Zlatan. In goal for Morocco. In goal.
Dekat je ni weh.
France ran down the tunnel at half time and they've come out sharpish. Maybe Didier Deschamps didn't have too much to say, or what he did say was short and sharp.
Didier Deschamps and his first lieutenant Guy Stéphane running through a few notes, perhaps debating the potential for a penalty shootout. They had a penalty, it escaped them in the first half. So still nothing between France and Morocco. They went up against each other on the 14th of December 2022. Doha at the last World Cup. France scored once in the first half and once in the second. The goal scorer is involved here today. Morocco would perhaps take as their reference point, or prefer as their reference point, the quarter-final they played 4 years ago against Portugal, in which the big centre-forward, En-Nesyri, scored the only goal and gave them their day of days. And as they will remember, of course, if you win this game, regardless of what happens hereafter, you are assured of 2 more matches at the World Cup. A semi-final, and even if you lose that, there's a third, fourth playoff. He has big boots to fill, but now he's filling them. Would you expect Morocco, Alan, to be any more front-footed in the second half?
I don't think so, not as long as it's 0-0 goalless. Obviously, France score and it'll draw out Morocco, but as things stand, I think their tactics will remain the same. I'll just be trying not to get caught on the counter, get caught in one of those 1v1 situations that Mbappe is so good at.
Kone. Dembele's changed his boots at half-time. Yellow have turned to pink. Kone. Kunde. Dembele seen okay by Mazraoui. It's a beautiful manoeuvre by Unai, who's got it back and has a route to goal here. And he has support outside of him. Lifted up here towards Talbi, flicked up into the air by Kunde.
Taliba. Talbi. อะไรวะชื่ออะไรนะกันเนี่ย
Moved on here for Brahim Diaz.
Talbi.
Crowd of French defenders.
That earlier move was probably as good as they've looked, as threatening as they've looked, Morocco. They had a few men in support of the ball there.
He, of course, the hero of the game against Canada in the last round for Morocco. And in that context, worth remembering that in the last 16, they played very much second fiddle to Canada in the first half. Only to re-emerge as a different type of force after half-time. This, of course, is a very different type of opponent. It wouldn't be so straightforward. Talbi. Kanous. Talbi felt he was blocked by Upamecano.
Oh, what a ball from Kone that was.
Welcomed by Mbappe.
Stayed on. Deserved a much better touch than that.
Diop by Saliba. Nicely on by Rabiot. Turning here as Elise, that's a very important read by Issa Diop. And a really strong challenge ahead of him by Al Ainawi, who's kept on moving here. He's going to labour to get to that, he can't quite. Kone has gone down in midfield for France. Playing again out of preference to the perhaps injured Aurelien Tchouameni.
เจ็บจริงหรือเปล่า
Today, whatever your role, wherever you're standing or sitting, to be taking on water, Didier Deschamps certainly continues to do so. He's now started 4 out of the last 5 for the French boss.
ให้จบใน90 นาทีนะคู่นี้จะนอนละ ไม่ต้องต่อนะ
France's 14 goals at this World Cup have come in the second half. Kone. Upamecano. Elise. Saladin necessarily tight. Kone into Al Ainawi. So, Alan, if Morocco aren't going to change, what do France do to turn up the wick here and find a way?
Something special, that's what they have to do. We've seen it in previous games. Maybe Michael Elise gets on the ball, gets a chance to turn and finds one of those Mbappe runs. Just something a little bit different, a little bit special, because, as I said earlier, Morocco know how to defend. They've been doing it well.
Tolby. Dean is well advanced from full-back too, but Upamecano can shield it behind for a goal kick. Mbappe in one hand, and her nearest and dearest in the other. It is a Moroccan corner, as it transpires.
It has been a good start to the second half for Morocco.
Unahi, Hakimi. Unahi. Oh, it's done very well, Unahi. Couldn't deliver the cross at the end of it. Al-Khanous.
Have a bit of that.
Rabiot, Koundé, Dembele. Uneventful start to the second half. Digne. Doué. Mbappe. Koundé. Dembele. Doué. Up by Mazraoui, protected by Bouadi. Gathered by Al-Khanous. Taken on by Unahi. Talbi. It's a long road round by Upamecano.
Wrote himself into the Sunderland history books for a winning goal at Newcastle in the English Premier League. St James's Park, Talbi.
Salah Adin, PSV Eindhoven with the throw for Morocco. Diop. Bouadi. Actually, by comparison with their run 4 years ago, Morocco have been relatively extravagant. They've scored 10 goals in 5 games. In 2022, they reached the semi-final, scoring just 5 times. Given away by Kone, taken back by Kone. Sifted up towards Mbappe. Doué is wide of him. Gobbles it up.
Yeah, Doué got plenty behind it. It might have been another one that moved a bit. Needed careful attention from Bono.
William Saliba, who astonishingly was the only French outfield player not to have a shot at goal in the first half. Upamecano, who had their first effort at goal. Dembele, who had a couple. Elise. Upamecano. Mbappe. Oh, lovely turn from Elise. Beautifully got it in and playing it in for Kylian Mbappe, who lofted it over the crossbar. That was Elise in glorious microcosm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about a few minutes ago. Getting Michael Elise on the ball. Getting him running up while he's offside. Maybe he knew it, Mbappe, but yeah, this is classic Elise. Look at that for a little double touch. Beautiful. That not quite so.
For once, to this point, not Kylian Mbappe's day. Which might turn out to be a premature assessment.
Udah sanggup betul?
Let's do it.
Apa? Jadi mau?
Mbappe, Digne, Rabiot, Doué.
We've got to find that strut, France, that we've seen so often in this tournament. Freedom of movement off the ball.
ไม่เล่นด้วยครับฮากิมินะ
Quick passing.
Meccano, Dembele, Elise. Kone. Saliba for Doué. Hung up by Mbappe behind. Still no damage done.
Yeah, I think his team are trying to play at a higher tempo when they do get the ball in the attacking third. Be a bit more aggressive with it.
Moroccans continue to beat their drum. Wave their flag and clap their hands for Africa. 6 Europeans amongst the last 8, 1 South American, of course, Argentina, and just Morocco for Africa. Next quarter-final is in LA tomorrow, Spain against Belgium. Free kick here against Koundé.
ครั้งที่สองนะจังนะ
Diop. Diaz. France's 2 expected goals, of course, includes a penalty miss. But Morocco 0.06 tells their story.
Get quiet on that one.
Dembele. Dean, Doué. Sifted out for Diaz. Reclaimed by Rabiot, played in by Digne, steered away by Mazraoui. Doué.
Doué, ปั่นอ้าวโอ้ปั่นเองเลยประธานเป้ฮะ
Simply irrepressible.
โอ้โหปั่นมาอย่างสวย
He insists on his moment. 20 World Cup goals for Kylian Mbappe. And it's another beauty.
The Morocco lads less than happy, I'm not sure what about. But you just can't keep him down, can you? Dreadful penalty. Hasn't had too much to do. This is really just a half chance from there. How many times have we seen him do it, though?
แล้วยิงปั่น
Down
อ้
the
อม
side of Visa Diop.
ใครอะดูตรงนั้นอะ
Keeper probably can't
Hey,
see it until it comes round the
Deal.
defender. By then it's too late. Such accuracy. I said this match needed something special. We've just seen it from the man most likely to produce it.
เคลียร์เหรอเคลียร์
He meets Messi again at the top of the scoring charts.
ทำวะนี่
A moment or two in the shade, but it's never long before Kylian Mbappe is
ให้
soaking
ป
up
ระ
the
ตูเรียบร้อยครับ
limelight. The sunlight of Boston. And he has France staring at another semi-final. And even before that goal, Morocco were preparing changes. One in midfield, the youngster Ayoub Bouadi has run his race and is replaced by Sofian Amrabat, one of the veterans of 2022. And further forward, I suspect this will cause a little rejig because Al Khanous has given way to a proper out-and-out centre-forward in Sofian Rahimi, whose 2 goals in this competition to this point have both been scored from the bench.
Lama juga. Bocor orang set.
Lenawi, there is Rahimi.
Tuh, kita orang set tahan. Belum main ke ni. Orang set tahan.
Salah Adid. So proper number 9 now for Morocco, Alan. That must appeal to you.
Yeah, I mean, they had to change it, didn't they? They weren't presenting much of a goal threat as well as they were defending Morocco. They've got to try and mix it up now, ask more questions of that France back four.
Lenawi. Oh, that from Issa Diop was untidy to say the least. It's a yellow card that can't surprise him. And it's a yellow card that, should Morocco reach the semi-finals, will rule him out.
Yeah, came in with some force here. Not great at all.
Issa. Oh, Issa Diop.
Well, those two are old friends. 10 years ago this summer, Issa Diop and Kylian Mbappe were playing together in the same France under-19s team in the European Championships at that age group. In the final of that game, Diop scored a goal, Mbappe didn't, but it's not the first time they've come face-to-face.
Yeah, there's nothing in that one.
Elise gliding again. Rabiot. Mbappe now from wide. Not from Diop.
This is where France can take the game away from you, where they can put the foot on the accelerator and end the contest.
Mbappe 8, Messi 8, Haaland 7. Haaland's next targets are England. Is England. England, for whom Harry Kane wants to be a part of the Golden Boot race as well. He's on 6.
Has there ever been a better Golden Boot race? I think not.
Ada sekarang gini lah. Ni bagi saat ni. Bagi sekarang.
Elise starting to have fun. Kone, Kunde. Oh, Elise having too much fun. Caught on it by Rahimi, who got it out of play.
Just a little warning. But it's becoming one of the big stories of this World Cup, seeing the class of Kylian Mbappe.
How often has he scored that goal? Never mind all the others. That is 20 goals in 20 World Cup games, 12 of them in the knockout stage.
ฝรั่งเศสได้มาใหม่แล้วยิงประตูที่2ครับออสมานเดมเบเล่โอ้โห
are heading for the
ตร
final
งนี้น่าจะเคลียร์เลยครับไม่ได้มีอะไรฟาวตรง
A goal of precision and certainty. A team of togetherness.
ห่างกั
A
น6 นา
nation
ที
of the highest expectation. France heading for the stars again.
Well, once things open up, as they always do slightly after the first goal, there's no better team than France for finding those gaps, punishing you, said they've got this great ability to take the game away from an opponent in a short space of time, and it looks like they blur
น่าจบจริงแล้ว
doing that out there.
โมร็อกโกโอ้โหแล้วโบนโดเซฟแล้วนะแต่ว่า
had a really good game. I mean, he's at full stretch.
หนีมือเยอะเกิน
Can't really lay the blame here at the keeper.
โอ้โหจบเลย
That's
บ
how
รา
it
ฮิม
feels
ดิ
to be
อาส
Moroccan to crash into the realization of just how good France are when they choose to up the
ไม่
ante.
แน่นะครึ่งหลังอาร์เจน
For
โมร็อก
Ousmane
โกน่าจะ
Dembele, 5 goals at this
ยิงได้หรือ
competition,
เปล่า
of which
3 ลูก
4 have
แซง
been
ขึ้นมา
scored
โอ้
on
โห
this
อาร์เจนติ
pitch.
นา
3 against Norway, and another one now to put France into a position of preeminence, which only the wildest imagination could consider to be vulnerable now. 2 goals in 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Cometh the hour, cometh the men. Mbappe and Dembele. France now 2, Morocco 0.
พักกินน้ำครับพักเบรกก่อนนะ
Well, that is the luxury of having the personnel that he has. You could wait for an hour, but you can always be sure that sooner or later something's going to happen.
Yeah, doesn't even need to call on his bench, his richly talented bench, to change things. He's got faith on these superstars, and why wouldn't you have? What does he do now?
Well, he's got to find something now. He's never lost, but then he's not often come up against quality of this nature.
He makes it look almost humdrum. I mean, that has to be right in the corner to beat Bono. And it was. It's not so much the power, but the direction from Dembele that does for the keeper, and maybe does for Morocco in this tie.
This is what France have become accustomed to. 16 goals at the World Cup now. 5 for Dembele. Kylian Mbappe remarkably 8 as well today as a missed penalty. It would be quite a rescue act now if Morocco find a way back, score the next goal, and it could turn it twitchy. Dug themselves out of trouble in stoppage time against the Netherlands, but only from 1 goal behind. Sun just beginning to dip on what has been a steaming hot day in New England.
Hard for the officials, well, the ref in particular. He's got to get up and down, be there to make the right decisions.
เหมือนจะมีการเปลี่ยนตัวครับทางด้านของฝรั่งเศสนะ
For France in midfield,
จะ
we did
ถ
see
อด
Manu
ใคร
Kone
อะโกเน่เหรอ
getting
ถอดโกเน่ออกครับแล้วก็จะส่ง
earlier
ทา
in
ง
the
ด้านของ
pieces. So this is
เอมบรี
actually
เหรอ
a World Cup debut for Warren
ของปารีสนะ
Emery.
ปารีสป่ะ
We mentioned before that Aurelien Tchouameni, who would be natural to go in there as first pick, is probably not available. So the 20-year-old from Paris Saint-Germain gets his golden chance, his golden moment on this golden day in Massachusetts. It's a luxuriant moment for him to come on, 2-0 up, with a quarter of a World Cup quarter-final to play. เป็นลูกทุ่มของฝรั่งเศสครับ
Sarawi
Amrabat.
Amrabat
Tight spot.
Amrabat
Bono
Sarawi
helps him out. Kimi to dash away. They've got to get front-footed now.
Kimi
They have any chance of turning this round.
ไปไม่ได้
Regathered.
มันเน็ตจะมีปัญหาหรือเปล่าออกมาทางด้านซ้าย
Tolby
ตาบี้ส่งให้กลับมาคงหมดแล้วเหรอ
Hakimi. Amrabat.
ถ้า 2-1 นี่คึกเลยนะ
Saladin.
ตาบี้เปิดมาตรงนี้ก่อนเอ้าเหมือนอุบาเมกาโนสกัดพลาดนะ
He's got away with it. It's a corner.
Yeah. It gave him and Mike Maignan a little nervous moment for a second there. Nearly
น่า
caught
จะ
him
หลอก
asleep.
ให้ไม้เมยองขยับหน่อยฮะ
Morocco must score next inside the last 20 minutes. Their captain Hakimi with their corner.
โยนโค้งมาเสาไกลยังได้อยู่ฮะ
Beyond Diaz.
ออกไปแล้วด้านของอูนาฮีเหรอ
So we're going to have a couple of changes here for the Moroccans. Anas Salah Eddin is one whose number is up. He's replaced by Zakaria Elouadi. And Brahim Diaz has also run his race. Yassine Yassine of Strasbourg, another French-based player to face the French, is on in his stead. He did score off the bench against Haiti at the end of the group stage. So Doué's taken a hit.
เนี่ยโดนแค่นี้ยังฟาวเลยของซาร่าโดนไม่ฟาว
Mr. Infantino beneath his baseball hat. He'll share that need today.
Got a great deal of experience to navigate these situations, France. And you have to say, Morocco, how many times have they threatened Mike Maignan? How many times have they made him work? Not many at all.
ง่วงเลยนะเหลืออีกประมาณ15 นาที
Morocco still to have an attempt on target in the game, of which quarter of an hour plus stoppage time remains. Beaten 2-0 by France at the last World Cup, trailing 2-0 to France at this.
Anong nulis mata, mali mata wala tu. Anong nulis milala lagi. Dak lagi, dak kot kan. Ada sikit lah.
We stopped it because the main man's having a lie down. Kylian Mbappe impressed at the contact that sent him spinning.
Satu kop. Satu kop berapa lah? 2 lah.
Well, he's got a replacement, I think, about to come on in Jean-Philippe Mateta. And these stoppages don't hurt France at all. Just denying Morocco any chance to build some momentum.
So Mbappe will take his leave now. Didier Deschamps has seen enough. He feels the comfort and the cushion of the 2-goal advantage. No point taking any risks.
น่าจะออกแล้วครับเห็น
Semi-final
เร
is
ส
5
แล้วนะ
days
เมื่อกี้
away. Mbappe
บัปเป้ออกครับน่าจะเก็บตัวแล้วนะครับทางด้านของฝรั่งเศสแล้วจะส่งเหมือนเมื่อกี้มี
see you in Dallas on Tuesday.
อ๋อส่งกับมาเปลี่ยนกับมาเตต้าครับลงมา
Philippe Mateta is his replacement.
อีกคนหนึ่งจะเป็นบาโกล่าครับจะเปลี่ยน
Nice
กับดู
luxury
เอ
to have,
นะ
isn't
อ
it,
อก
with 15 minutes or so to go. Take off your star man.
And the other change is one we've seen either way over the course of the
เอา
first
เสม
5-6
อ
games.
เมสซี่พอนะ
And that is the Doué Barcola.
รับไปเถอะรับไปเถอะก่อน
When one starts, the other tends to finish.
อามราบัต
Well, somehow Morocco have to conjure a moment here. Amrabat. Hakimi. All the way through for him, and Elise has a lot of space to run into. Here's a chance to see Jean-Philippe Mateta.
ให้กับมาเตต้าก็
Pushed
ไม่
away
ถึ
from
ง
him by Alouadi.
ตัวโคตรใหญ่ครับมาเตต้า
Emery had made great strides. Here's Talby. Alain Aoui. Diop, once a Frenchman, right in this moment, proud, no doubt, though he is, of representing Morocco, who've achieved so much at this competition. Right now, he must be craving that Frenchness back.
Well, they were forced to be reckoned with, Morocco, no doubt about it, but against this France team, they're struggling to make any kind of a dent.
เปิดมาลูกนี้ยังได้อยู่ครับแต่เขียวมาได้เอาแล้ว
Those Amrabat. How cool was Rabiot, poked away by Digne. And now Barcola can have his first run. There's plenty to look up and see. Elise alongside Mateta ahead of the pair of them. Barcola's gone for the return. This is really smooth from France. Poked right across the face. Took a deflection, I fancy, and it's going to be a corner.
Well, you can see the fatigue coming into those players in red. Psychological as much as anything else, as the white shirts keep on coming at them.
Elise, Rabiot, Koundé.
มาที่โอลิเซ่ใหม่บอลกาโน่
Meccano, Zaire Emery, Lucadine.
ลูกกระดีนเปิดมาลูกนี้แล้วมาเตต้าขึ้นงงแล้วครับแต่
Purchase on a header.
It's a tempting one.
โดนบางไปนิดนึงฮะผมไม่มีนะเมื่อกี้ถ้ามีผมนี่โอกาสเข้านะเมื่อกี้
Unahi, whose goals dragged Morocco here. A couple of belters against the Canadians the other day.
อูนาฮีฮะกลับมาที่อัมราบัตออกขวาฝากมาดูกลางออกขวาอีกทีหนึ่ง
Steered away by Upamecano.
We talk all the time about the riches in attack for France, but defensively they're as good as anybody. They've got a pride in their performance, a desire to keep this clean sheet.
This would be a third clean sheet in a row, a fourth in the last 5.
ฟาวล์ครับ
Free kick given here.
Just the accuracy, wasn't it? Not so much the ball speed.
Well, Hakimi has to conjure something. The principal star of the Moroccan side. It's his free kick. This is about invitingly for a second, but France were able to clear. Nasraoui. Hakimi now from the other side.
Hakimi เลี้ยงจี้มีเปล่าแล้วมีช่องไหมยังไม่เจอช่องครับ
He can shoot.
สายก็
Referee
ฟาว
brought
ล์
it back for the foul on Hakimi, and Hakimi can shoot from there.
Yeah, I don't know whether Morocco would want the advantage or the free kick here. I mean, he can shoot, but it's a heck of a
ก็อยู่
distance
ทีมเดียว
out.
กันนะฮะก็เอาเหรอ
It's a one-man queue. It's Achraf Hakimi to shoot or to fly it in.
ฟรีคิกของโมร็อกโกฮากิมิเอาไม่จริงครับแล้ว
Played it
ส่งให้
square.
เพื่อนจริงลูกนี้ไม่ยอม
Away by
เซฟ
Maignan.
แล้วก็สองแตกฮะ
That's a real bit of work that for Maignan.
ยิงสวยนะแล้วไม้ไม่ยอมเหมือนจะโดนบังหน่อยโมร็อกโกมาใหม่อูนาฮี
First save Mike Maignan has had to make.
Didn't want to take a chance in catching it.
ลูกเตะมุมของโมร็อกโกฮะ
It's outside the quadrant.
Skipper again. Two Moroccans right on the line. Diop, a real menace.
เปิดโค้งมาแล้วมง
It did get its near post
อ๋อ
ring.
เข้าหน้าต่างฮะ
Neil Alainawi.
โอ้นึกว่าเป็นประ
Seemed
ตู
to be
แล้ว
going for goal rather than just flicking it on.
นี่เข้าหรือเปล่า
To beat the keeper from that angle, but they haven't got there first many times, so it's an improvement.
A change in wide position here. Shamsdeen Talbi giving way to Amin Sabai of Angers, for whom this is a first tournament appearance. He was a late call-up actually when Abde Ezalzoui was injured at the start of June. So his involvement here was always a bonus, and nice for him at what appears to be the end of it all for Morocco to say that he got a feel of World Cup football. He has taken up a position on the left wing, which is his natural position in French football with Angers. Sabai. That's a promising first contribution, but the cross was too close to Maignan. Maignan saw Barcola, and Barcola saw green grass into which he can run.
บาโกลาให้มาแล้วล็อกโอริเซ่ครับ
Look at the score sheet, yeah, has he, in this tournament, as well as he's played, he's been one of the players of the World Cup so far.
Top of the tree for assists, 5 of them. But yet to score for himself.
สั้นๆมาที่อะไร
Change at right full back for France.
กุนเด้ออกฮะ แล้วจะ
He's
ส่ง
done for
ใคร
now, and Malo Gusto will get what remains.
โอ้มาโลกุสโตฮะเป็นเด็ก
His
เรา
third
เอง
appearance
ฮะ
off the bench
เด็ดเลยครับ
in the competition.
เดี๋ยวก็ขายไป
เชลซีนะได้ข่าวว่าจะย้ายออกเหมือนกันนะ
Alain Arwi
แต่ว่าตอนนี้ยังนะ
has been energetic.
ยังฮะ
Unahi rolled off it by Zaire Emery. Elise dropping a shoulder, wiggling a hip, finding Dembele. Up towards Mateta, seen by Diop. Alain Arwi. Hakimi. Yassine. Barkla's nicked it back. And he is swift. He's too swift for all of them.
โดนหรือเปล่า
มาใหม่บอกล่าปั่นลูกนี้ก็ยาซีนเสร็จไว้ได้ฮะ
Bono adept at his near post.
Well, at this stage
ฝั่ง
of proceedings,
ฝั่งขวา
this is
ข
the
อง
last thing you want. Barker
โมร็
up
อกโก
running at you.
จะ
It's
ห
a
ลุด
little
บ่อย
double hit that actually.
จะ
Not a clean strike, but he is rapid.
ตัวลูกอียิปต์นี่ได้ทุกตัว
It's a bit of strapping on the would-be golden foot.
Bit of ice.
Dembele's corner, Mateta high.
อะไรแบบนี้
If he can't get above the ball, nobody can. He's a monster of a man, Mateta.
6'4", his only 2 international goals came in the qualifying competition in Iceland and Azerbaijan.
Satu lah. Gojek lah. Gojek.
จะเข้าตีหนึ่ง
France do keep this clean sheet. It'll be the first time they've ever kept 3 in a row at a World Cup tournament.
ดูบอลไม่รู้เรื่องแล้วตอนนี้
Unahi, who's come as close as anyone to threatening that clean sheet. Sbai, fully backed by Gusto. Attempts to 4, and just that Unahi strike from a free kick really to have worried Mike Maignan at all.
That's a this day.
Anuadi. Nahi. Deflection only aided Maignan. So France for a 3rd straight World Cup semi-final as they seek to reach a 5th of the last 8 World Cup finals.
ไปไหนโทรศัพท์แน่แต่มาแต่ละ
Lost the quarter-final defeat since that Mats Hummels header for Germany in Rio, to which we referred in a previous game a week or 2 back. 4 years ago, it was England they beat at this stage. Chouameni and Giroud.
เข้ามารอบ8นี่ก็
8 years ago, they beat Uruguay and Nizhny Novgorod, Varane and Griezmann.
ตรงเป๊ะฮะ6 นาทีนะทดเวลานะ
And they've got 6 minutes of stoppage time to see through here. Well, they've had so much fun, the Moroccans. Perhaps they began to believe that nothing was impossible, and then they hit France.
Yeah.
แต่โมร็อกโกก็แพ้แบบโอเค
Everything had to go right for Morocco to
บอลมันไม่ได้มีอะไร
beat this fantastic
ยิงป
France
กติ
team. They had the missed penalty, so at that stage you thought, well, maybe they can give their opponents a really good game, but they've been well beaten in the end.
จะปาด
Rahimi.
ติด
Nahi. Dina sided it behind for a corner. His right boot is generally the one he stands on. If it's going to happen, it's got to happen now. Surprise corner. That's right. Nahi. Kimi. Yassine. There's always a Frenchman there. But they kept it in. Barkala. Dembele. Gusto. Say. Upamecano. Rabiot. Dean. Dembele. Beautiful ball manoeuvring. Rabiot. Mateta.
วิ่งเร็วไม่ค่อยถนัดเท่าไหร่ครับมาเตตาขายาวฮะ
Nahi. See, that's a nice spread. Sabai. He's handled it.
Great fitness levels, Michael Elise. Such a elusive, sophisticated player. Joy to watch.
ผ่านไป3 นาทีครับเหลืออีก
Nobody's
3 นา
touched the
ที
ball more
เว
than
ลา
he has in a France shirt today.
Invariably, they've been really good touches.
You chose the word, Alan. Sophisticated. That is what the French team is. That's what so many of these players are. Here's a sophisticate Dembele. And there's
ล็อก
Mateta.
ร้องจริง
Bono through a
ติด
leg
ยาซีนฮะเสียไม่
behind
ได้
it.
ยังไม่เสียประตูที่
No, he nearly scuffed it past the keeper there, Mateta.
Nahi. Rabiot, Morocco, giving the impression now that they know their race is run. Very little left in those hard-running legs. Right, he made a good save here, leaving a leg behind.
Yeah, it was a miss hit by Mateta, but probably the last of many very good saves from Bono in this competition.
Oh, there's a try from halfway. Why not? Yassine. His eyes lit up.
Oh, he made the breakthrough. Good footwork from Doué to set up his man. Even so, he had so much to do. He did it beautifully. Dembele really taken away any doubt.
นาทีสุดท้ายครับ
See, Nahi. The dying embers. Now on Elise, and that should just about eat up the remaining seconds. Morocco have been another decoration on another World Cup. This is an era of their footballing history which will be ineradicable.
Yeah, no shame in being beaten by this France team. No shame at all.
There, that familiar smile beams again. Didier Deschamps just knows. Warren Zaire Emery. Bradley Barkala. at least say hi.
จะรู้สุดท้ายแล้วครับเรียบร้อยครับผู้ตัดสินเป่าเวลาระหว่างฝรั่งเศสกับ
Yet
โมร็อก
one
โก
more
ครับ
semi-final. Yet one more gem
ฝ
of
รั่
a
งเศส
goal
ชนะ
from
ไป
Kylian
2 ประตู
Mbappe.
ต่อ 0 นะ
Ousmane
เดม
Dembele came up with a
เบเล่
diamond
นะ
as
เดมเบเล่
well.
กับเอ็ม
And
บัปเป้
Morocco,
นะ
for all
ยิ
their
งให้ฝรั่ง
robustness,
เศส
their
นะ
ruggedness, their tactical adeptness, their determination, had no answer to the special ones in the French 11. Their points of difference are just too much for anyone. And
Ya, tidak ada kejutan di laga ini. Prancis tampil efektif dan memastikan kemenangan.
โอเคนะครับทุกคนก็ประมาณนี้นะครับหรือว่าขอตัวลงก่อนแล้วนะครับก็ยินดีกับฝรั่งเศสด้วยนะครับเข้าไปรอบรอกับระหว่างคู่สเปนกับเบลเยียมนะ
ได้เข้าไปชิงแล้วครับ
ได้เข้าไปชิงแน่นะดูทรงแล้วโอเคสำหรับวันนี้ประมาณนี้นะครับทุกคนบ๊ายบายนะวันนี้สวัสดีนะครับบ๊ายบายครับ